Welcome. Welcome back, you goddamn beautiful people. I missed you. So we are gonna destroy our quads in just a few exercises. Short, simple, but really freaking effective. And yeah, so I'm just gonna warm up my hips real quick, stretch out my quads a little bit, and then we're gonna move into the activation. My physical therapist showed me this exercise, and this is something I always did after I tore my ACL to start activating my quads again. I still struggle with activation on my right quad because that was the one that I tore, but we're getting through it. So yeah, let's do it. Here we're just starting with some stretching. This is just your basic quad stretch. I put my foot in the back of my hand and then I actually push my toes through my hand to elongate the quad a little more and feel more of a stretch in the quad. This is more of a dynamic warm-up. We're really just trying to warm up those hips and those glutes. So you can see I'm just swinging in different ways in the back, and then I'll be moving more to the side and in the front to really just get all those angles. Here's probably by far my most favorite quad activating exercise. This is the one that I had learned from my physical therapist. You just elevate your leg and then you squeeze your quad down and extend your knee straight. This is also called the terminal knee extension. Just doing that again here, really making sure I am activating that quad. I'll even touch my quad and my front and side quad just to make sure they are activating. I can feel them squeezing. Again, I am a huge proponent of just touching the muscle that you're trying to work to make sure it's doing what you want it to do. And just switch sides. In my warm-ups, I really try to emphasize breathing. I haven't been very conscious about that previously, but I notice when I am very conscious of my breathing, I'm just more focused. My mind-muscle connection is just there more so than not. Here I'm doing some explosive jumps, and I am landing on my toes, so I'm really getting my quads. When I started doing these, you start to hit the deep muscles of your quads, and I started to get a lot more tonnage and separation of the muscles. I would recommend doing this on a carpeted floor or wearing better shoes than I have. This definitely was a little rough on my knees. I'm doing a single leg extension here, and I start with my weakest side first, which is my right side. You can see how I'm coming slow on the down and fast on the up. Slow down, fast on up. I'm doing it consistently, it's in control. I'm not letting my leg give out on the last portion of the contraction. And this is how you see balanced hypertrophy gains. As you can kind of see in this position, I have some cellulite and some varicose veins at the bottom of my leg here where I'm sitting. And I put a lot of emphasis on leg exercises so I can really increase that circulation. Genetically in my family, I have a lot of varicose veins, and so that is just an indication of poor circulation that runs in my family. And so anything I can do to help the circulation in my legs, like doing plenty of leg exercises, quad exercises, really is key, and it's something that I love to include in my workouts. I am doing a quad press here, and it's a quad press because of the positioning of my feet. My toes are taking on most of the weight where my heels are off of the plate, and you really just have to adjust your feet based on the kind of leg press that you are doing. I'm targeting my quads here, and I'm again feeling my quad to make sure it's activating. So I'm kind of doing a superset. I'm doing a full rep with both legs, and then I go single-sided, the same weight. It felt very good. but it also hurt like a mother. Here, I just want to note that I am in control of the weight. The weight is not controlling me. I have a smooth eccentric contraction, and then I have a smooth concentric contraction. So the push and the pull, I'm not pushing really hard and letting loose. I am controlling the entire movement. Again, I'm just touching my quads to make sure they're activating how I want them to, and I am breathing through the set. Supersetting is a really good way to build muscle, but it's also a really good way to keep your heart rate up. And this is great, especially if you're trying to recomp. Here you'll notice this recurring theme on quad days that my knees will go over my toes. And this is to make sure I am putting adequate stress on my knees. So I'm increasing the amount of blood flow that's going to my knees, so I can help my ACL tear continuously recover. I'm doing a quad squat now, and a quad squat is different than your average squat because my heels are raised, and I'm trying to demonstrate that with the use of my shoes. Most of my weight is on the balls of my feet, and it's mostly forward. I still have weight slightly on the heels of my feet, so you can see a good balance, but you can tell here that my quads are really activating, and I don't have to go completely down to feel full activation of my quads. In fact, I do not have a large range of motion solely to isolate my quads and ensure that my glutes are not activating and taking over. I am a glute dominant athlete, and so getting my quads to activate just by themselves is really important to me, and this is a great exercise to do that with. Notice that once again my knees are going over my toes, and that is exactly what we want. Traditionally in the athletic world, that was looked down upon, but there has been a lot of different research since. And a huge reference that I use is the knees over toes guy on Instagram. I'll put the link below. Absolutely amazing, great science here. And that is what I've been using to supplement my quad days and help my recovery in my knee from my ACL tear a couple of years ago.